For the third year in a row, the spring race at Bristol will be the dirt version of Bristol as the NASCAR Next Gen car tackles the dirt. Our friends at RCR invited us up, Todd, to kind of show us the changes to this car. Let's start underneath.
Yeah, definitely. The bottom of this race car is completely different going to Bristol. It's similar in that it's flat, but that's where the similarities end. What you'll notice is that the splitter doesn't stick out from under the nose anymore. This Tegris it's flush with the nose. It kind of protects the middle of the engine area, and then that Tegris continues all the way back to where the diffuser used to be. You won't see the diffuser hanging out the back either.
Yeah, no diffuser for protection and for some, trying to make sure the cars can run all day. Another thing to make sure the cars run all day long, you have to keep air into the engine. For that reason, NASCAR's allowed these teams to add a little bit more protection, even change the shape of the grille.
A lot of the teams run this material. It's called Outerwear. It's kind of a fine screen that will shed some dirt and keep it from getting through. They can run that on the front of the car. They'll also be able to run an outerwear cover over the duct that's in the top of the windshield.
Yeah, fresh air at the asphalt tracks turns into dirty, dusty air at the dirt track. The windshield, though, a big point of conversation with the fans and even some competitors, why we have to have them. It's a big challenge. If the track gets wet, the window can get muddy. But when you really look at the design of the next-gen car, the window is a key component for safety. I think it would be very silly to remove the window and allow the dirt and debris to reach the driver.
If you look at the dirt cars that run without windshields, they have bar structures, they have metal screen structures, they have a lot of things to protect the driver. We don't have those in the next-gen car, and we're not going to make this a one-off car for here. So, as you talked about, the windshield has to be there as a safety device.
Well, when you go dirt racing, slicks aren't going to work, so the other big change would be the Goodyear tire, would be that treaded tire we've seen now for the third year. And these cars are going to look very different on the racetrack as far as how high they are and how sideways they run.
Yeah, because the racetrack here, when we go to an asphalt track, we know what it's going to be. We know where the bumps are, we know what the grip level is. It may lose a little grip during the race from rubber, but here, this place could be smooth, dry, slick, it could be wet, it could be ruddy. I mean, and that can change from segment to segment. So we have to set the cars up. You're going to see them higher off the ground. They're not going as fast where the aero, we changed the undercar. They're not as aero sensitive to the height, and you've got to have the ability to absorb whatever could come at you from the track.
So it's still a NASCAR next-gen car, but with some dirt adjustments when they tackle the high banks, the dirt-covered high banks, this weekend in Bristol.